we have quite a few things that we need to set up first before we even begin painting. The first thing that you want to keep in mind is that you want to be using your paintbrush, and when your paintbrush is on for this project, you want the original symmetry tool that you had set up before to be turned on. If it's not turning on when your paintbrush is on, then you need to come up here to the butterfly and make sure that you use last used symmetry, because that is going to save the setting that you had prior to painting. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a painting layer. So we have our drawing layer and our sketch. The painting layer is going to lay right in between those two layers. And to bring in some more sophisticated colors, I'm going to teach you about the libraries. So if your libraries aren't on, you can go to Window and make sure that libraries are clicked. And you probably don't have anything stored here, but these are all the projects that I've worked on that I've saved. And why do I use the library? I use it because I can use the projects from device to device. I can also share and collaborate projects with other people through the libraries. So I'm going to have you make a new library. We're going to call this Mandala. I already have one, so I'm not going to click create, but you are. And then if you take a look in my folder, I have dragged this project into there, so now it's saved here. And I can open this up on a laptop, I can open it up on an iPad or a desktop computer. Now I want to add some colors that I want to use for my project. So what I'm going to do is go to that website that I gave you, and I am going to see a bunch of your really beautiful colors staring at me. You have all of these different color palettes to choose from. You can even customize them if you want to by coming down and sliding these bars over. You want to save to the library that you made and give that library a name. But before you do that, you're not just stuck with this page. You have a second tab to choose from. So we have the Exploring tab, where you get to go ahead and look at projects, and if you like a color palette, you can add to your library. I notice the name of my library is sitting up here at the top. We have Trends, which are broken down into categories, and these have multiple pages, so you can go ahead and click on View More, and then you get a whole other slew of colors to choose from. When you like these as well, you hover over, Add to Library. So that's, on these two, hovering and adding to the library, that's how you do it here. But for Create, you're going to go ahead and hit Save. And I really liked these blue colors. Let me see if there's any other colors. And again, I can go ahead and slide these over, adjust the colors, and everything is working together across. So as I move these are adjusting. Okay, I really like these colors, so I'm going to go ahead and hit Save. And look what happens in my library. It should pop up pretty soon. So now I have access to all those colors. If I want to get these colors onto my color swatches, I just simply click on them one at a time, and I'm adding them here. So now I'm ready to paint. I'm going to put my library away. I'm going to put my layers over here, and I'm going to grab my paintbrush. So paintbrush, symmetry tool on. This is very important, otherwise you're going to have to hand paint every one of these. We want to make sure we're using a hard round brush. I found that under the general brushes. 100% opacity, and just zooming in to the first part. Brackets to change the size, and I'm going to pick my first color. I would definitely suggest you use the tablet for this. I'll get you set up with it. It gives you a different feel than the paintbrush. And then I'm going to use my eraser, and I'm just going to come in here. I'm painting below my black line because I am going to include the black line in my design, and it's just easier to erase. And see what happens? with the symmetry tool on now, again, I don't have to redraw or repaint anything. Paintbrush, choose a new color. And professionally, you should be trying to use those keyboard shortcuts. So instead of going from the toolbar back to the artboard, I can go ahead and use B for brush and use E for my eraser. So I'm simply going to come in here. I would rather you go outside the lines just to make sure that the paint gets all the way into those areas. So I am going to take it outside, and that's where I'm going to hit E on the keyboard for my eraser, B for brush, and you can see I'm just going back and forth between the two tools. Make sure that eraser is on a hard round brush as well. And then I would continue painting until everything is done. When you're ready to turn this in, you're going to go ahead and turn off the sketch layer, and you're going to have a beautiful colored mandala design to turn in. You're going to file, save as a PSD, file, export, export as a JPEG. And there you go. Have fun.